Hello. Sorry, that was my friend. I literally started it and then she's like, hi, and I was like, embarrassing. Anyway, I'm not gonna flip you. So hello everyone. Welcome to Bella Talks About Jack Squat, and for some reason you guys watch and listen. That's really baffling to me. Anyway, let's see. Today is Sunday. I did Jack Squat. No, I didn't do anything today. I ended up staying. Did I stay up late? Yeah, I stayed up late. I was just reading last night. Sophie was gone, watching stuff. I was enjoying not living with someone. And went to bed at like 6:30 in the morning. Not the smartest thing, but I didn't have church until like 2, so I took a little nap. Then I woke up and I was like, I'm not going to church. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna go. You can't make me. I should have, but I didn't want to get out of bed. And I was kind of drained. I think I was like socially drained from like just talking to anyone, seeing anyone. I just wanted to sit in my bed and do nothing. I wanted to rot for the day. And that's what I did. That's literally all I did. I sat in my bed. I watched TV. I cleaned my room and stuff like that. I gotta clean it better tomorrow. I sent out a text talking about what we're doing for FHE tomorrow. It's gonna be in B9, 6:30. B9 lobby, 6:30. We're gonna do. I'm gonna like buy a bunch of sodas, and then you have to tell them apart based on their flavor. And so I'm excited. Sorry, I blanked out. But yeah, no, I sat in bed, I watched YouTube, and read some more. And then I also, I had friends text me and stuff like that, and they're like, come to the Kink, come to church, come to whatever. And I went, no, thank you. And then like 7:30 hits, and I'm like, I want to hang out with people. My battery got recharged. And by that point, I was like, I can't hang out with anyone. So I was just like, guess I'm just sitting here doing nothing. And so that is what I do. This is a really short, like, whatever thing. I was contemplating on not even doing a video today because I literally did nothing. Like, I'm trying to think of stuff to rant about. Oh, I called Brooke today. She's my bestie from back home. We talked, because we haven't talked in like 2-3 weeks. So I literally gave her like the lowdown on all the drama that's been happening in my life. And yeah, oh my gosh, it's been crazy. Chloe conducted today at church because that's what she did. Like Audrey didn't go to church. I don't know, she didn't conduct, I don't know what she was doing. She wasn't at church or something like that. And then yeah, I mean, nothing. I did nothing today. I don't really know what to talk about. After this, I'm gonna go up to the vending machines and buy myself some food because I am starving. I'm really hungry. I ate around like 2 in the afternoon. 2, 3, maybe 4, 3. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But yeah. I tried watching, I didn't really try watching anything sad till like later, and then Sophie came back around like 9, 8, and then she turned off the lights at like 9, and I'm like, girl, what? You go to bed so early. And then I got back into, actually I'm not gonna say that because I'm embarrassed. Anyway, I got back into a certain show that I haven't watched in a literal hot second, and I think the season finale like literally came out last year, so yeah, yep. And I like stopped watching at the 5th season. I've been like craving Arcane, like Netflix. I've been craving like just the shows on Netflix that aren't on anything else. Yeah, Arcane especially. I've been like, I want like another season of Arcane to come out already. Like I am starved from that kind of like animation and storytelling, and it was beautiful. Oh, guys, I love Arcane. It's so good. It's so pretty. It's beautiful. The storytelling is just heartbreaking, and then like I've kind of fallen down this rabbit hole of like looking at all the Easter eggs they put into the show. Just being like, just like all the design things they did, and like, oh, this was put, like this shot was filmed like this, or like this was animated like this with these characters in this way, and this frame, this flash frame or whatever was made like this because of this. And it's just, oh, it's such a well-written show. It is so well written. I like the writing and the voice acting and the animation, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful show. I want more, and they're making more like styles like that. Like the team is working for like other stuff, but it won't be like the characters in Arcane or whatever, like Vi Jinx and all that stuff. That story's kind of done, but it is gonna follow one of the characters from Arcane, Mel or whatever, but I'm also going on a mission, so I probably won't be able to see it until I get back. Oh man. I realized today when Sophie came back, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to live with someone. I'm not gonna be able to be alone for a year and a half. I'll get through it. It's a year and a half. Out of like the 80 to like 90 years I'm gonna live, a year and a half is nothing, so I'm fine with it. I still haven't gotten my call yet. I'm a little nervous. I'm really nervous. It's either this week, next week, or any time after that. The 2 to 3 weeks is going to be this week and next week, but it's also apparently really, really busy this time of year, so yeah, I don't know. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I'll go wherever I'm supposed to go, but oh my gosh, I'm scared. I keep getting like Mormon hate stuff on my TikTok because I watched the whole Ruby Frankie documentary. She's a crazy person. She was a part of the Mormon Church, and I get memes for it, and then I like that stuff, and then they're like, oh, since you like this, you'll also like this, and it's a lot of like Mormon hate stuff. There's something about like, I'm not saying every ex-Mormon, but there's something about like ex-Mormons where they just like set out to like just spew so much hatred towards the church, and like, and just because like they felt wronged or whatever, and they just like feel such animosity towards the church. And I totally understand it. Like I absolutely understand like that hatred or whatever, in the sense of like, just because like most of the times I feel like this in every religion, there are like the core principles and gospels, right? But every single individual has a different interpretation of those core like gospels and like principles and stuff like that. I mean, everyone, like, if you're like devoted to the church and whatnot, you read the Bible, you read the Book of Mormon, you read New Testament. I don't know, you read it all, and you are reading these things. You maybe read stuff that help you like understand and interpret, but everyone's interpretation and like how they act within that their own interpretation is going to be completely different than someone else who could literally be in the same church. I know I have a lot of different like morals and values and ways that I interpret like my church's like freaking like just their core principles. Like obviously we have the core principles and all this stuff, but there's like obviously certain things where I'm like I can't give an example, but like I feel like growing up in the South, growing up in the South, yep, but like, no, I mean, like, I understand, literally, I remember I went to seminary, institute, Bible study, whatever you want to call it. I would go to that, and I remember, like, freshman year of high school, my teachers would tell me all the time how, like, half of us aren't gonna, like, make it. Half of us are going to hell. Like, half of us or whatever. Like, they're like, you better prepare now or else you're gone. Like, you have to strive to be good. You have to strive to, like, live within the principles. You have to strive to do this, this, and this, or you're doomed. And that is so, like, fear-mongering. That's trying to scare you into doing whatever, which is, like, oh my gosh. And I kid you not, and to be honest, like, that was my freshman year, and I was like, this sucks. Like, I don't enjoy learning this at all. And then you know what happened? Next year, my sophomore year, oh my gosh, people keep texting me. My sophomore year, I had new teachers, and it was amazing. I loved every second that they taught, the way they interpreted stuff and the way they like told us. It was a lot less scary, and it was a lot more like hopeful and like what I feel like religion is supposed to be, right? That kind of sense of comfort that, or whatever, right? No matter like what you believe in, it's kind of like a sort of comfort, right? But yeah, no, it really just depends. Oh my gosh, people keep texting me. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore it. But it really does just like depend on a person's interpretation of those things. And there are like, even within the church, you have people and teachers that teach crap that's just like literally like like it's stupid. It's not even like true, or like it's weird. Like I mean, you look at like, oh, hello. Sorry, someone came in to borrow the little stand or whatever. I am in a piano room, and I really shouldn't be in here because freaking other people use this. But yeah, no, like, when going back to whatever, like, people interpret it different ways. People have different interpretations of pretty much anything, right? Like, in the Mormon church, black men weren't allowed to hold the priesthood until like the 70s, and stuff is always changing too with that kind of superficial whatever things. I mean, the beginning of our church, we practiced polygamy, which there was a reason, because back in the day women didn't have the right to whatever, and the only polygamy that would happen would be if a wife was widowed because the husband died, and she just literally couldn't. She can't do anything as a widow unless like she remarried, so they would like remarry and take him in and all that stuff. Like, that's the whole like the polygamy stuff or whatever, which, to be honest, literally in the Bible, prophets practiced polygamy up until, and obviously it was eradicated in like 18 something. I think polygamy was like allowed until 1890. I don't know. It was like late 1800s, early 1900s, around that era or whatever, right? So like, and it's just like there's this whole thing, and then there's people who like were either taught something or they interpreted something, and then they try and like tell people what they think, and those people who are within the same like church or whatever some people will get offended by that and be like, oh, and they'll just like take that and just like keep thinking about it over and over again, and they'll just be like, oh, okay, so this church, and just be like, this church sucks because this person or these people told me this, and it doesn't sit right with me, so therefore the whole thing must be a sham, which, to be honest, is a little extreme, but like, I get it, like, I understand it to a point. Definitely, like, there's a lot of, like, you have to have a lot of just, like, anger, hatred, like, I don't know what kind of emotion that is, but like just like maybe sadness of just being like, I don't know, it's just like, you know, people, I don't know how people get offended. I get offended, but like, if you let that like rule and control your life, get over it. But yeah, no, definitely, like, I'm trying to think. Like, I've had people in my church tell me that anxiety and depression aren't real. That all you have to do is just ask God and He'll make you feel better. Or that you're only anxious and depressed because you're not doing something right, because you're sinning, because you're not close enough to God, which is completely untrue. That is so false. Oh my gosh, that's so false. But that's what I've been told. I've been told that by people. And I've also had people tell me that it's totally fine, it's totally perfect and normal. There's people in the church that deal with that kind of stuff, and they're like, it's something normal. Like, I remember there's this one kid who tried to tell me, I'm depressed, but when I read the scriptures, I don't feel depressed anymore. I went, okay, so you're not depressed. But yeah, it's all just an individual interpretation of how you view certain gospels and stuff like that, which definitely, like, obviously we all kind of, you have like that whole core belief or whatever, right? You all have that similar core belief, but I mean, we also, within any church organization whatsoever, you have like people with varying views. You're going to have people on like political wise, you're going to have people on opposite sides, you're going to have most people are in the middle. People on the opposite side are crazy. But yeah, no, it's all, I feel like if you take offense if you're a part of a church and you enjoy the, like, teachings that they tell you, you enjoy all that fun stuff, it, like, brings you peace into your life, don't let someone else ruin that. Like, that's my advice for today. Like, I know anything. But yeah, just don't, why are you letting someone else ruin your happiness? Why? Like, just, like, believe what you believe. If someone within the same church believes something different or interpreted something different or is telling you something different, maybe try and correct them or just leave it alone. Like, just be like, okay, that was weird, and then move on. Anyway, why did I talk about this? I don't know. But hey, I made it to 15 minutes, so I gave you something to listen to. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Bye!